Compliments of the season, my people. Una don't collect bag of rice. Compliments of the season again. And I just thought we should talk about December. Every December, economies all over the world face a very predictable pattern. And what's this pattern? Spike in demand. People are spending like there's no tomorrow. And why do people do this? It just comes with the season, right? The year is ending. People want to reward themselves, just spending happens, right? Sudden spike in consumption generally. People have increased obligations, social obligations. There are weddings happening. Loads of things are happening during December, right? So this is not unique to Nigeria. It happens all over the world. However, as you know, my people, we overdo it during Decembers. And that's who we are, right? We celebrate more. We do a lot of things more. That's just how we roll. So the truth is simple. December exposes your financial discipline. Your financial habits are exacerbated during December. And the consequences of those habits will surely come. That's what December is about. Remember, January always feels like it has 120 days. That's what January is about, 120 days. So if you grew up in banking like I did, where every end of November, you get your November salary, then 1st of December, you get your 13th month and your leave allowance. Then by middle of December, usually 15th, you get your December salary. And then no more pay until end of January. That's 45 days, no pay. And then, of course, bonuses come, right? People pay bonuses, performance pay, and all of those things that also come. People get carried away and they think there's a lot of money, forgetting that the next salary is going to come end of January, forgetting that school fees are due in January, rent is due in January. A lot of expenses are going to hit you in January. People forget that. They just party away for December, travel, have fun, go to weddings, all of those things, spray money like it's going out of fashion. And it has gone out of fashion. It's illegal to spray money now. But you know what I mean, right? People are never focused on what's coming in January. That's where financial discipline comes in. So 3 things that make December uniquely risky. One is emotional spending. And the second is cultural pressures. And of course, the third is the illusion of income, or what we call income comfort. So what's emotional spending? People generally spend at the end of the year just to reward themselves because they've worked hard that year, right? Sometimes they're spending to impress people, okay? Just maybe impress their peers at events, to outspend each other and all of that, right? And sometimes it's just they want to end the year on a high note. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? People just want to end the year on a high note, right? So this is emotional spending. Now, what does it do? It destroys budgets. It makes you somewhat financially indisciplined if you don't watch it. The second thing is cultural pressures. What do we mean by this? Weddings, concerts, going to the village, because sometimes your umunna are looking for you, right? You have to go to the village. Okay. So generally you have to donate to things, their family expenses, and they all compound, they add up, right? And that's cultural, is a wee thing. That's what Nigeria is about. There's no, getting away from it. That's December in Nigeria. It forces you to juggle multiple personalities. You are like different people in December, right? You become this person at the beginning, this person in the middle, and then this person at the end of December. You are a worker, you are a provider, you are a sibling, you are a friend, you are a community member, all different hats you have to wear in December, and that puts pressure on your finances. And finally, of course, we spoke about this a bit, the illusion of comfort, or the illusion of income, or income comfort, right? That happens when you get paid your bonuses, your 13th month, all of these salaries coming back to back, one after the other and all of that. And suddenly you just feel like you're a rich man, you're a superstar or a rich woman. And you forget that January is just around the corner and all of those expenses are going to follow suit, right? So that's the illusion of income comfort. So why does financial discipline matter? And why does it matter especially in December? Most Nigerians don't realize this, but your January to March stability is determined by the decisions made between December 1st and 31st of December. So the decisions you make all through December are the things that determine what your January to March is going to look like. Whether you're under financial pressure, whether you're sad and all of that is mostly determined by things you do in December. So for anyone pursuing long-term financial progress, home ownership, investments, savings growth, December discipline is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable, right? A chaotic December produces a very stressed January, and a very stressed January disrupts your entire first quarter. So how do we stay disciplined without feeling deprived in December? That's the key word. You don't want to feel deprived, but you want to stay disciplined. How do we achieve that in December? So the first thing to do is assign your income. Do a proper income budget, expenses budget. Don't let December do it for you. If you don't assign it, December will assign it for you. And you know, all these were prevalent before Dirty December started. Now there's the pressure of Dirty December. I mean, people are coming into town. All your IJGBs are going to come into town. You want to be like them. You want to hang out with them. You want to rock like them. Sometimes you forget that they have earmarked the money they brought to Nigeria. They're already paying their mortgages over there. They are making their car payments over there. They are doing all of those things that they do over there. You are here. You want to feel among the IJGBs, forgetting they brought hard currency to come and change in Nigeria. So assign your income before December assigns it for you. Create a December budget that includes social events, travels, gifts, food, anything not budgeted. Stay away from it. If it's not budgeted, question it before you touch it. Protect your rent and school fees first. You're going to pay rent in January. Most of us do, right? And you're going to pay school fees for your kids if you are still paying school fees. Protect it first. Take it out. Set it aside before you do any other thing, right? Two of the biggest January shocks are that rent and school fees. So save it first. The third thing to focus on is automate your savings and investment. And when we say automate, what do we mean? Pretty simple nowadays with technology. In those days, my time when I was younger, what we used to do was you write post-dated checks and give them to your investment banker or your stockbroker or whoever they are. So every month, the day, you know your salary, whether it's paid on the 23rd or 25th or 27th, depending on where you work, that day, they already have the post-dated check. As the salary is entering, the check is hitting the account. Nowadays, with direct debits and things like that, automatic mandates and all of that, you know, even deduction as source from your salary by your employers, you do all of those things, you automate it already. So those things, make sure you automate. It's easier now with technology to have it done, right? You can set it up yourself on your mobile banking app and it just takes it every month and transfers it out. So you got to automate for savings and for investment. And that helps you remove the pressure of temptation from you, because even before you get access to the money, it's gone. At least the portion that you require for those things. And then the fourth thing you need to do is set up a personal spending limit for gifts and outings, right? For gifts and outings, set up a personal spending limit. And, you know, there was a time where in banking, it was fashionable every night after work. And that time, Lagos had mad traffic. They had not opened some of the bridges we know today and some of the roads we know today. So there was mad traffic in Lagos, right? And at that time, what we used to do was you go and hang out every evening with your bosses, maybe your CEO, your EDs, your MDs. I'm talking way back, right? And every night we'll go there, we'll discuss business, what transactions are happening. You get to meet some customers and all of that. So it was a nice thing to do, okay? However, you found that every night, by the time you take drinks, take snails and things like that, you just find half your salary is gone under a few days, you know? So we have to borrow ourselves sense, create a spending limit. Once I get there, this is the maximum I can spend per time that I go out. You know, eventually, of course, I completely gave that up. You know, I found out that, you know, even though networking was important, it wasn't as important as spending time with family, you know, and a lot of other things. And of course, saving the money and investing it, right? But you have to set those kind of limits, okay? When you go out, know how much you want to spend for gifts, for outings and all of that. And finally, you got to focus on experiences over expenses. What you're trying to get out of what you do when you go out and hang out and have a nice December are experiences. It's not about the expense. It's not everything that is expensive that gives you the right experience. So again, go back and internalize. What experience am I trying to get? And what's the best value-wise experience I can get? You know, cost versus reward. Cost versus what you get back, right? So the bigger picture, December spending can delay your home ownership, can delay your goals, can delay your plans. So you need to be wise in December, you need to be circumspect, and you need to just watch things and plan better. So I've seen this happen so many times. People that say, oh, in January, I'm going to take a mortgage, I have my down payment ready, it's all saved. And then January comes, because of impulsive spending in December, because of indisciplined spending in December, the money is gone. And then they say, oh, I'm going to postpone it till March and all that. And they keep pushing it down the line and it doesn't happen, right? So you find that people generally spend all of their savings and investment money in December just because that high was there and they wanted to feel among and enjoy that festivity and all of that, and then that kicks their goal. All of the savings they had from January that they were supposed to do something tangible with, it goes up in smoke. So some thoughts to end the year with. Remember, December will always be emotional. December will always be social. But December should never be financially reckless. We celebrate better when we plan smarter. And we enter the new year stronger when we refuse to let just 1 month ruin or erode an entire year's effort. Thank you for listening, and thank you for spending time with me today.